What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Serie career mode. It is episode number 8, it's rebuild time, yeah, brand new season beginning today with our second year at Blue Energy Stadium, going to get underway with a starting budget for the rebuild of 25, is that it? 25 million? I left 14 mil in the budget last season. Where's all that money gone? We'll get a bit once the Kingsley deal gets allocated to the budget as well, but 24 mil, is that it? So we'll advance one day in the calendar just to get the money from the Kingsley deal allocated as well. But that's only, I think, what was it, 3 million? 3 million once the board skim a bit off the top. It's not a lot. As we see some department. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, of course, because we sold Zaraga as well, didn't we? Forgot about that. So with the sales of Zaraga and Kingsley, actually, it's a little bit more, up to 31 mil, as you see Casadei and Fiore go out on loan as well. But even so, it's the fact that I left 14 mil in the budget last season. I left 14 million euros in the budget last season. So the fact we only would have started off with an extra, what's that, 11 million? 11 mil would have been our initial budget. That's unbelievably low, that. But 30 mil gives us a bit to work with, but it's going to be a challenge. Having said that, I do kind of like it. I'm not going to lie, I do kind of like it. We've got a few players that have come back from low. Let me sort this out first, hold on. Yeah, I do kind of like working with a limited budget. I'm not going to lie, because it just makes it more challenging. Like, you can't sign all the players you want. You've got to make some compromises. You've got to look some diamonds in the rough, some budget buys. So it is quite fun, I'm not going to lie. It's one of the reasons why, like, I get asked sometimes, like, Doxy Boy, why don't you ever play the pre-season tournament? And there's two reasons, really. One, time, you know, I prefer to get straight into the professional, official fixtures, if you will, competitive fixtures, I should say. But also because it just means you've got even less money to work with. So in a way, I do kind of like it, I'm not going to lie. But 30 mil euros, that's enough. And don't get me wrong, because of the players that came back from loan as well, such as, again, you know, Benkovic and this guy, Messina, out of contract come the end of the season, we'll be able to raise a little bit more money from selling some of these players who, you know, they might be seniors or they might be in their late 20s, but they're not players we've got long-term plans for, as Querfell retains his showing great potential tag. I'm surprised Festi hasn't got any potential tags, though. That's really surprised me, man. He had a great season last year. Well, fair enough. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. Esposito out of the academy still has that exciting prospect tag from last season. That's fantastic. I'm not sure if I'm going to throw him in this season or try and loan him out. I'll think about it. But Pereira's not retiring. That's fantastic. We don't want him to retire this year. I'm hoping at the end of next season, so 3 years and then retirement, but we'll see. But oh, he's sub 60 overall. That's why he's got no potential tag. I was going to say, how's McCarty not got a potential tag? Sub 60 overall. But, oh, Martin's back from loan, shows great potential. But yeah, this is going to be a fun summer window, man. It's going to be a really good challenge with the money being quite a low budget. And us still not having a great squad. I'm looking forward to this, man. Several players to deals that come at the end of the year. But honestly, I don't think I'm going to extend a contract of anyone here. And that includes Silvestri as well, who last year technically won the Golden Glove, but I mean, like we said, we don't know how that was the case because he played all the league games and there were two other goalkeepers who had the same amount of clean sheets and played less. But yeah, 60 kicking doesn't really work with our play style, you know, passing out from the back. So actually, I'm going to add all of these players to the transfer list here. And again, we're not going to get much money for them. We'll only get a few million euros for a couple of them. Could I not extend? Oh, he's retiring at the end of the season, Cabaselli. So Cabaselli will stay until retirement then. But yeah, we won't get much money. But the most important thing, and I say this all the time, is just getting the salaries off the books. It's something I talk about often. When you've got a player who doesn't really do much for you, and granted, they're not going to get you much money if you sell them, don't think too much about the little amount of money you'll get for them. Just think about the money you'll be saving by not paying their weekly wages. You might think 13.5 grand a week, it's not a lot, but it's for 52 weeks. That times 52 is quite a lot to pay for a player who's not really doing anything for you. So it's just about getting the salary off the books. Although one contract I will give out is to Festi Boselli. He was one of our brightest prospects last season. Really good on that right-hand side. And like I said, fits our system perfectly. So whilst he's not got a potential tag, definitely deserves a new contract to get rid of that release clause just right next to his market valuation. This dude, I've got big plans for him long term. So yeah, Festi's contract getting extended primarily just to get rid of that release clause. He's going nowhere. Oh, for those curious too, the Gash, once I changed him to CAM, he grew 15 ratings. So yeah, I did say, you know, when you see a player with a low overall in the scouting, but the potential's good and his stats seem good, there's just a genuine chance he's playing in the wrong position. Nagash is not a centre half, mate. He's a playmaker. So our academy for the new season, looking like this, 5 players in there right now. Obviously, with 4 players getting the senior deals. And I must say, for the Super Gash Bros, I'm very tempted to promote them both because they're both 17. They'll probably both ask for pro deals come the end of the season anyway. And, you know, I'm genuinely thinking what I might do this season, and it's a big call, but with Silvestri going to go, I'm not sure about Okoye as a replacement for Silvestri long term. He is only 24, but I'm not too sure. What do you guys think about this? Throw in the Gash in the first 11. He's got 72 kicking, and he's only 17. That fits our playstyle perfectly. And we know he's going to have potential to be special, just like his brother as well. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind they'll both have the potential to be special tags. There's 1. There's 2. What do you think? Throw them both in the first team? I'm definitely considering it. Because the thing is, we don't loan them out. We've got to start them. I don't mind starting Fatos. I think the 72 kicking is so helpful. And, you know, I'm okay throwing him in. I'm okay throwing him in because I'm most excited about him. And the issue is if we keep these players and we don't start them, their potentials are going to drop. They've got super high potentials, both 91 plus, so they've got to start. And the question is, are they good enough to start at top level? I don't know. It's a tough one. Not against loaning out the playmaker and keeping the goalkeeper. I'm not too sure. I'll have to think about it. Yeah, naturally, I do want to Shrewsbury Town are going to take Mikado. I do want to give my youngsters some game time, but need to make sure above all we've got enough quality to improve on last season. Because last season, don't forget, we finished mid-table, but there was a genuine chance towards the end of the season we were in that horrible run of two games won in 15 or something stupid that we could have possibly gone down. Thankfully, I had enough to survive, but I don't want to be in that position again. This year, I want top 10. Last year, we were 12th. This year, my main aim is somewhere between 8th to 11th, but hopefully top 10. I mean, the board are almost definitely going to say... Oh, they're not. I was going to say, the board are going to say finish mid-table again, but instead, no, the board want even more. They want the smoke. Yeah, okay, fair enough. This is why, though, we need to improve on last season in terms of quality. Yes, we want to put the youngsters in, but we've got to qualify for a European competition this season. That is a massive ask of a 4-star team in this league. Oh, by the way, who came out of the playoffs? We knew the Sampdoria won the Serie B last year. Palermo were runners-up. Who won the playoffs? Oh, it was Como. Como won the playoffs last year. And, joined the two of them. Fair play. Oh, and that's gutting as well. My number 1 target for the season has just been approached by Marseille. And I think last year they finished in the top 4. I think they're a Champions League side for this season, as Famalicão want to take Domingos Quina, back to Portugal. I'm fine with that. But, oh, man... With that being the case, I think Andrew would probably choose Marseille. European football, playing on the European stage, with a side in the south of France at the Velodrome. That is gutting. But to be fair, as to the challenge, it would have been all of our budget on this guy anyway. I think I might just let him go to Marseille and look elsewhere. So that's one sale. Benkovic to Sassuolo for 5.25 million. Again, not going to rise our budget by much, but every little helps. Every little helps. And we had another bid for Messina, this time from Braga, 2.5 mil. Yep, totally fine. That again, 30 years old, 73 overall. Got a better centre half that are younger as well. So again, I'm not going to bother negotiating. I don't want to risk the club walking out when we've got no plans for him anyway. But, interesting. Do you know I want to take the Gash on loan? Our number 1. But they're a Serie A side like ours. There's no point in that. We'll delegate that loan offer for Mikado after he turned down and moved to Shrewsbury. And Al Nassr won Isaac's success to partner Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm totally fine with that too. And as we see another sale, Domingos Quina off to Famalicão. We'll take that as well. A little bit more money adding to the budget. Has Kopani decided whether he's going to go to Marseille or not, or is he still considering it? Is he still considering? Still ongoing. I'm keeping my eyes on that. I got a suspicion that might fall through, and if it does, I'm coming for him. But another loan offer for Fatos Gashi. This time Celtic want to take him as a replacement for Joe Hart. Actually, do you know, in a weird way, I do kind of like that. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to consider that one. If I was going to loan him out, I want him to go somewhere who'll get the game time, no doubt. As another loan offer comes in from Mackay, this time Freiburg's B team. And a bid for higher success, this time from Leeds United. Wanted to take him to England for 2.5 mil. I'm not again. I don't know. That does actually intrigue me a little bit, you know. But I'll certainly consider it. Anyway, Messina gone as well, so another bit of money getting added to our budget as well. So again, gradually, bit by bit, piece by piece, little by little, we're getting our budget increasing. It's not going to give us the funds to sign some star players, but hopefully a little bit more variety in terms of options available to us now. Yeah, I mean, because again, we don't just want to sign one player and be done with it. We do want to bring in at least 2 or 3 players this year. I can't believe that deal's still ongoing. I got a suspicion that's going to fall through, you know. I don't know why. I just think it might. But, still going to keep advancing in the calendar as we saw that Messina deal just go through. And looks as though Mercado is on his way out on loan now, which will negotiate the split. That'll take him out for 2 years. And we'll keep our fingers crossed that deal goes through. I must say, I'm so tempted with that Gashi loan offer. I haven't added him to the loan list. That's the funny thing. But clubs do want him. Possibly to throw him in the deep end like we're considering as well. And we haven't had a bid for Silvestri yet either. So if he's going to stay, in which case Isaac's success is the latest man out the door as well. Maybe we could have Silvestri for the year, loan out Gashi for a year, and then after Silvestri leaves at the end of the season on a free, then Gashi will come back and take his place. I don't know. At the moment, it's all up in the air. Anything could happen here. Oh, never mind. Sporting Lisbon putting in a bid, 5 million for Marco. And, due to the fact he's out of contract come the end of the season, I'll just accept it. Could possibly get an extra mil, but I'll just accept it. Oh, the gash. He's got to start. I've given him Silvestri's number 1 as well. I really want to start him, man. I really do. I just love the idea of throwing the kid in, right into the deep end. There we go. The bid's been accepted. I had a feeling it might fall through. Evidently not. Think I need to look elsewhere. That's a shame that, but yeah, I think I'll let him go to Marseille. Palermo, newly promoted, want to take Brenner. That's an interesting one. I mean, he was our top scorer last year, and I wasn't completely sold on him. We are looking for a replacement up top as well. No, I'm going to keep him. If not as our starter, at least as a backup. And for Fatos, it's a great offer from Celtic, but I'm throwing him in. I am throwing him straight into the deep end this year. I've given him number 1 for a reason. That's going to be starting as my number 1. And so as Mercado agrees to go out on loan to Stabæk in Norway, and we'll take that deal there. There is a bid for Wallace from Atalanta. And he is now becoming one of our seniors in the team. I do quite like him, to be fair. So I might turn this one down. So even though I did say, you know, we're trying to make his team younger, I do want a couple of seniors here. We know that Silvestri's about to go, so I'd like to keep Wallace as a bit of a vocal leader in the dressing room. And there is the sale of Silvestri. Speak of the devil. Yep, last year technically somehow won the Golden Glove, even though he shouldn't really have won it. But even so, 10 clean sheets for the season last year in the Serie A. But I'm prioritising the gash. I'm throwing the kid in. So Marco, thank you for your service. We'll take the bit of money, and one of our seniors has gone. It's all on the kid now. And that latest sale takes our incomings to over 26 million euros now. So to be fair, like I said, little by little, piece by piece, chunk by chunk, getting a bit of money, not just for the salary off the books, but a small transfer fee per player. And enough of those players going means, again, that's adding to over the exact amount we began with at 24 million euros. That's 26 million raised alone. So with the board scheme a bit off the top and the wage cuts too, it's 45 million euros to reinvest. And again, we might be missing out on our number 1 target, but there's plenty more to bring in. So I'm okay with that. And I think I will make my first new signing as well. And whilst we might miss out on Kolpani, I am going to bring Lorenzo Lucca back. Pisa is still a Serie B side. He's 23 years old, now 76 overall. And to be fair, Udinese have brought him in real life permanently as well. So to carry on with that realistically, I'm going to bring him back. It may not have worked out for him last season. Spent half a year here, only got us to 1 goal. But not everyone gets it right the first time asking. I think he'll continue to come off the bench in this team for Brenner. But I'm going to bring him back permanently for around valuation. Yeah, I mean, not everyone's going to get it right at the first time of asking. Some people need another go before they get it right. And I think Lorenzo might be that kind of guy. He showed flashes of quality last season. He got me a goal. And I didn't want Pisa to recall him either. They just did. So for 10 million, that's the market valuation. Yeah, I'll take that. Round 2 for Lorenzo, and I think I'll do better next time. It's safe to say it didn't quite work out for him last season for us. Only the 1 goal before Pisa recalled him. But I didn't want him to go back. I wanted to keep him. And whilst I wasn't sure if I'll bring him back permanently for the new season, I guess for 10 million euros, it's worth the gamble. He's only 23. He's been signed permanently in real life as well. And we're matching what Udinese have just done. Coming in on a 5-year, 15 grand a week euro deal. Welcome back to the Blue Energy Stadium, Lorenzo Lucca. And again, 23 years old, so he's still very, very young, 76 overall. He's got a high defensive work rate, which you know I love, and the 90 strength, the 83 jumping, and being 6'7" as well. Listen, he's a wild card. He does something a little bit different. So, yep, totally fine having him in. We'll try and get him that attacking work rate up to high as well. I do want to improve that acceleration as well. We'll do that once we've got the attacking work rate at high. But Lorenzo, back for round 2. Hopefully better this time around. Now he's here permanently. Yeah, I don't know whether I'll start Lorenzo again. Only the 1 goal before he was recalled. Brenner was doing a little bit for me last season, so I'm not sure it'll be fair to drop the Brazilian really, but certainly consider it if he gets off to a slow start this season. And I still might bring in another striker anyway and just sell Keenan Davis. So yeah, our budget now dropping down to 34 mil, so it's close to what we started off. And again, there's still plenty of options here for us to bring someone in if we'd like to do so. And again, there's still a couple of strikers I'm quite interested in anyway. Jonas Wind at Wolfsburg and Kouame, who's moved on from Fiorentina to Freiburg. Yeah, lots of money to work with. A few players from relegated teams wouldn't mind bringing in as well. We're not done for signings yet. Plenty of money, and I must say I'm quite keen on this guy as well. Matteo Prati, relegated with Cagliari last season. I was considering Suleimana, but we had him before, so with that being the case, I'm going to leave him where he is. But Matteo Prati, Italian, 20 years old, 6'1", could possibly be turned into a ball-playing defender, but really, to me, he actually looks a little bit better going forward. But yeah, Matteo looks pretty solid. I'm from relegated Cagliari, just over market valuation. I'm going to bring this guy in. I mean, there's a few players to me from relegated teams that I'd love to go and bring in. The Danish left back at Lecce, by the way, he's got really good potential. He's just signed by Bayern Munich, so that's gutting, can't get him. But with Cagliari going down, I'm going to say, do you want to do a switchy here? Because I can give you Martin Pereiro, 74 rated, 25 years old. He's only a little bit worse, but a few years older and hasn't really done much for me. And that will soften the transfer fee as well. So if we go 11 million euros plus Pereiro, who I'm not keen on long term regardless. Okay, they do want him, but they also want a bit more money as well. Let's go 12.5 million. Got plenty of time to negotiate here. No one's coming from Matteo either, so it's basically me bidding against no one here. That means I hold all the cards. We'll go 13.5 mil plus Martin, and Claudio Ranieri agrees to that as well. Now, this could be an absolute steal for a really good young Italian midfielder. What a bargain. Italy have some absolutely fantastic young players, and this guy is definitely one to look out for as well. Just 20 years old, but a great young talent with Cagliari, and when they went down, I said it, there was a few of their players I was looking to bring in, and this guy was my number 1 target from their side. So returning back to the Serie A after 1 year with Cagliari, welcome to the Blue Energy Stadium on a 5-year deal. Matteo Prati shows great potential. Really excited about this kid. I'm going to throw him straight in alongside Pras as part of our CM trio as well. And again, when you look at the stats here, I definitely see a bit of a jack of all trades for this guy. You know, going forward, he does on his own. Maybe the shooting's not great, but the playmaking definitely is. And he's got a bit of strength and good energy as well. I want to turn those work rates from medium to high. And once again, another really solid, energetic midfielder through the middle of the park. This guy's going to fit our system absolutely perfectly. So there's the loan offer for Esposito. Swansea want to take him, so I'm okay with that. He can go there for 2 years. And yeah, I really don't know what to do about the Gash Bros, man, because like if we're going to start one, I want to start the other one as well. But starting see, this is the thing though, why I always say loaning out your players is better for growth, because Ricardo's grown 5 ratings in like 2 weeks, you know. But for Gashi, is he going to take Pereira's place at CAM? It's a big ask. Big ask to replace the captain. And I like the idea of it. I'm just not sure if he's ready for prime time yet. I mean, we could always start Fatos, one of the Gash Bros, and let the other one go out on loan. They can both take different paths in lives, but maybe they'll both be reunited. So I actually don't mind the idea of that. One Gash Bro going out on loan, the other one staying. Both taking different paths. Yeah, let's do it. Let's loan Georgie out, because the thing is, he's got to start. Like, he's got to start. What do you mean you've not been enjoying your football, mate? You haven't played a minute for us yet. I only gave you a pro deal a couple of weeks ago. But that's the thing with young players. Like, they've got to start. They've got to start. Last Palms want to take Esposito. Permanently, of course, going to turn that one down. And Bankwa, young Irish talent, wanted on loan as well. Don't mind that at all. We'll loan him out to Cosenza for a year as well. But that's the thing. With young players, they've got to play. They've got to get the minutes, because nowadays it's really ruthless with dynamic potential with EA. If your young players don't play, EA are going to downgrade that potential and suck it out of them heading into the new season. And it's why I say it, like, if you promote a player at the end of the season, they're going to have a potential downgrade for the new season. So you've got to do it right at the start, or at the very latest in January. So yeah, you've got to play those young players, otherwise they'll go down. Oof, and the skipper wanted by Fiorentina. But he was brilliant for us last season. Absolutely brilliant. One of our players of the year. And like I said, we're making this team younger, but we're not selling a couple of our seniors. I need some leaders in the dressing room, and he is a leader as a captain. Darmstadt want to take the Gash on loan. I'm okay with that. Beef him up in Germany. Should we do 1 year or 2 year? 1 year or 2 year? Why not 1 year? We'll reevaluate how he's got at the end of the season, and then possibly loan him back out or start him next year. Oh, Norwich want to take. I like that as well. Norwich want to take him on loan. Darmstadt a 2-league side, because I think he'd start more in the 2-league than he would in the Championship. Just want to see that. A Darmstadt a 2-league side now. If they're a 2-league side, they are indeed. I think I'm going to keep him in Germany. I'm not sure he'd start as many times for Norwich than he would with Darmstadt. So I think I might say, no, go to Germany, son. I've got your best interests at heart. Go to Germany. And another bid for Esposito. Now, Napoli want to take him permanently, but again, not selling one of our better youngsters. And we're going to negotiate a split here with Cosenza for one of our other young Irish talents as well. So totally fine with that loan deal. I mean, don't get me wrong, as Esposito agrees to join Swansea on a 2-year loan deal. I know in career mode it doesn't matter. Like, whether the players play or not out on loan, they're still going to grow the same. I know it doesn't matter, but I just like it. I just like to think about that kind of side of things, you know. Like, I do think it'd start more there in the 2-league with Darmstadt. So yeah, I'm going to try and get him out there on loan for a year. And see how he gets on in the second tier of Germany. So one Gash Pro stays, one Gash Pro will go. And again, both taking different paths in their lives. And yeah, they're going to be reunited at one point here at Udinese. I want them both starting in this team long term. But for now, yeah, we'll see whether loaning or starting is the best decision. Go on, son. Develop your game there. Come back a stronger man next season alongside your bro, who'll be here holding down the fort, quite literally between the sticks. So that means just 3 players in the academy now. We've got Christian Carrasco, one of the 2 Chileans we gave a scholarship to. I'm not sure about him long term, I'll be honest here. Sergio Diaz, another one of those Chileans. I might actually release him, to be fair, because he's not really looking that good, really. And also Matteo De Lucca. Speaking of CAMs, our best Italian prospect in the academy. Well, now the only Italian prospect in the academy now. So as for where we're going to be scouting this year, second year of scouting. Oh, that's the academy again. Second year of scouting. Well, as always, we'll keep one in Italy, in the nation we're currently playing in. So we'll look at some more homegrown talents here with Matteo Coppola this season. I must say, even though he's technically our weakest scout, Shkodra last season did brilliant in his home nation of Albania, didn't he? So I'd quite like to keep him relatively close to where we are then. And with that being the case, what I might do is say, well, why don't you just go slightly further north to Austria? You know, Austria is a bordering nation right next to us where we are in the northeast of Italy. And yeah, he found some brilliant Albanians, but he found them all in the goalkeeper position for the most part. So I might actually look for a technically gifted Austrian and see if we can find any here. Again, I don't normally specify, but because of the amount of goalkeepers we found last year, I think that might be a good call. Let's go for a technically gifted Austrian with Shkodra. Whilst we didn't do very well with Chile last season, unfortunately. If we are talking about bordering nations and staying relatively close to home, then I guess with that being the case, Slovenia is probably the best option, right? Literally right to the east of Udine, literally right next door, to be honest. So why not? Why not? I mean, we don't need the next Handanovic, but I probably wouldn't say no. I tell you, we've gone for technically gifted. Why don't we now look for? Let's go possibly physically strong. I'm not against that, physically strong, or maybe attacker. We haven't got too many class attackers yet. Yeah, let's go. We've got Xhaka physically strong in the back, so let's go attacker. Actually, a Slovenian attacker, and we'll see if we can find one again just to the east of where we are in Udine. So we're going Austria and Slovenia, bordering nations, and staying within our home nation of Italy for this year as well. Hang on, why is Simone Pafundi at Freiburg? What? He's my player! What? Why? What? It's just... Was he not here at the start of the season? He was on loan last year in Switzerland. Why is he gone to Freiburg? He's my player. Our Freiburg just poached him away. What else happened? What? Oh, mate, you're having a laugh. How is he just... What? He's ours. He was out on loan. I don't understand what's happened there. How has he gone to Freiburg? He was ours. He's out on loan in Switzerland. And somehow he's escaped to Germany. What? He's mine. Does Fiorentina want to take Wallace, which I was going to... How has that happened? Well, I'm bringing him back. He's not going there. That's ridiculous. Somehow he's just slipped through the cracks and left us on a free to Freiburg. But he's not staying there. He's coming back. That's a joke. That's a joke. I had a couple of other targets that I wanted to bring in, but I'm bringing Simone back. He's our best young player. How has he done that? How has he left? As Vieira want to take Gashi and Monaco put a bid in for Xhaka as one of our players of the year last season. That is bizarre. I don't know how on earth that's happened, but I'm sorry, I'm bringing it. If I've got to pay every single... There's the police going to try and bring him back. He's escaped. If I've got to spend every single penny to bring him back, so be it. I'm not losing on a free to Freiburg. That's ridiculous. Well, interestingly enough, Nottingham Forest want to take Kamara, who was alright for us last season, but now 30 years old. I think he's got 2 years left in his deal. I actually don't mind letting him go to the City ground there. It's over market valuation. We've got Zamora, who's a few years younger and almost as good. And Boot has come back from his loan spell as well. But yeah, as soon as I get that full scout report on Simone and I find out how much I got to pay, I'm bringing him straight back. He was supposed to return in January after another half a year out on loan in Switzerland. The fact he didn't return to Switzerland or Italy and decided to sneak out to Germany, I'm not happy about that at all. That's costing us more money that we don't have to re-sign a player that's technically already ours. That's just absolutely ludicrous. Well, I must say, I'm quite annoyed I've had to go and do this and spend 4.4 million to return a player who's supposed to be returning for free after a loan did expired. Instead, he didn't return to pre-season duties for either his club in Switzerland or back with his parent club Udinese. He's sodded off to Freiburg. Let's just pretend that never happened. Yeah, he's back and he's going nowhere. Simone Pafundi, 4.4 mil I'd spend for this. 4.4 million euros to bring back a player that should already be mine. What a joke. But to be fair, I was not prepared to just leave him there at Freiburg, because he is, oh, what a talent. What a teenage talent he is. Can you call him a wonder kid? I always feel like some players get given that tag a bit too quickly, you know, but even so, what I do know is he's a heck of a player, heck of a young talent. I might keep him on balance, to be fair, to try and get the defense and the strength up as well, but even so, whether he starts or come off the bench, I do plan to use him this season, so yeah, Freiburg, you're not using him, he's coming back here, he's mine. I'm so annoyed about that, honestly, because we're working with a small budget as it is, you know? Like, I wouldn't mind if we had, like, a, you know, 80 million, 90 million euro budget. It's like, 4.4 mil to spend, bringing a player back. It's a glitch, let it go. But it's like, it's hard to part with money when you've not got much of it, you know? So, oh dear. Do we get any money for season tickets with Udinese? Oh yeah, tiny amount there, but, yeah, there's 20 million euros. I still might make one more signing, possibly two before the end of the window. Technically, we signed 3 new players there with Pafundi returning. Bringing in Prati and bringing in... Who else do we bring? Who we signed? Prati? Who came in? Oh, Lorenzo, of course. Lorenzo returning too. So 3 new sides. I might go after a new centre-half. We got Cabasele, but he's retiring. Christensen's still down with the ACL. And there's a couple of players that I'm quite tempted to bring in. The only problem is I have used one of them a few times before now. That is Lorenzo Parola. I've used him several times now. Salernitana were relegated, so I'd love to bring him in. I did say in this year's FC, I'm trying to sign players that I've not used before or have very limited experience with. I've signed Lorenzo a few times, but I don't think I've ever signed this guy. Lecce also got relegated last season. Marin Pongraāić of Croatia. 6'4", and again, we like the height, we like the jumping, we like the strength, and he's got that in abundance as well. Again, don't think I've ever used this guy before. And with Lecce going down, don't think they'll hold us to ransom. Let's bring him in. He'll help bolster our back line here. I wouldn't be against giving them Ibose, because I'm not really sure what his ceiling is now. He's 5 ratings lower and only a year younger as well. I'm not against that. I don't know about Gessound and Tikvic, whether they have potential or not. Maybe I could just give one of the kids, so I don't think really I have much of a future. I still don't think it's possible to give away retired players anymore. So I wouldn't mind them taking on an expiring contract there. Christian Cabasele retiring, and I quite like it if they'd agree to that, but I don't think they will, no. We might not have enough money for him at all, to be honest. Come on, take one of our youngsters. Remove that sell-on clause. And, come on, Lecce, you got relegated. You got relegated, guys. He's too good for the Serie B. He's far too good for the Serie B. Take one of the youngsters we've got here that you can develop in the second tier, and we'll take one of your starts. There we go. 15.5 mil plus Tivkic. Does he have potential? I'm not sure. Still, we said this in one of our previous episodes. Every young player's got potential, but it's one thing having it, it's another thing fulfilling it. So one young Croatian leaving, one... can you call him a senior? In this team, I guess he kind of is a bit of a senior, but one player in his prime arriving. Yet part of the Croatia side at the Euros right now, and part of a Lecce side already relegated last season. Don't think I've used him before, so excited to give him a go. And really with the height and the strength, he looks like a perfect partner alongside Xhaka as part of our back three. Welcome to the Blue Energy Stadium on a 5-year deal. Marin Pongraāić. Yep, German-born, Croatian international, and again, still getting better right now in the prime of his career at 26 years old. And again, it's the jumping and the strength that really draws me to him, because again, with Xhaka last season, he scored 5 goals from corners and probably could have scored more. We were really good from crosses and dead ball situations last season. We've got height, we've got a presence in the air, and this guy's definitely got that as well. We want to improve the acceleration, and I'd like to improve the stamina slightly, so this will do me. And Marin will slide right into our back three. I'm very happy with this signing here. Really good deal. But of course, it does mean our budget now drops down to just over 3.5 million euros. So we might be done for transfers there. To be fair though, liking the squad, cleared some of the deadwood, brought in some good young players, but also enough quality for us to possibly compete for an outside shot of a European place. So that's what the ball want coming the end of the season. If we're going to do that, we've got to win our home games and start off with a win as well. Let's jump into our first game of the season. We'll end on this. It is Bologna at home. Last year, Champions League team in real life. Not quite as good in the save, but these are the games. If we do want to be a top 7 team, we'll need to win at home against a good side. Let's start off with 3 points on the opening night with a few players making their debuts. Forza Udinese. if we didn't have to spend that 4.4 million euros on Pafundi, with the budget we've got right now, we could probably bring in another decent squad player, you know. That is so frustrating, honestly. But, do you know what, I don't mind. I think we'll be alright. Last year we barely had any injuries. I'm expecting some this season. Oh, the gash. That's that 72 kicking. Silvestri can't do that. But yeah, no, I like the team, man. I like the team. It's gonna be a really tough ask for us to finish top 7. But I feel we got a chance. But again, got to win these games. That's for sure. Zamora, there he is. Pafundi, Festi. Oh, come on, Eborsele. Well wide. Prati to Eborsele. Festi missed that chance early into Pafundi. Now Brenner. He struggled early doors in this one here, though, to be fair, as Prati wins it back and finds Festi. Yeah, I must say, Lorenzo, Lucca, I had to give him the crucial squad role. Didn't want to, but Brenner was good last year, but not spectacular. If he doesn't get off to a good start, I'm going to put Lucca in instead. Still 0-0 here, 36 minutes in, just waiting for that pressure to pay off. Oh yes, Gashi, well done, I was waiting for that. First shot on target for the Albanian to deal with. Comfortable, I guess, towards his near post, but even so, makes the save. Always makes you nervous when you brought in a new goalkeeper in that first shot on target. Oh, well done, Gashi. Does he save it or does he drop a clanger? There's always a tense moment when that ball's in the air. But back-to-back saves from the Gash. Comfortable stops, but still needs to make them, and that's going to drop behind for a goal kick. Still 0-0, closing out the first. Yeah, we had the Knight with Fulham, Lance Knight, which is a brilliant name, by the way. Lance Knight, what a name. And now the Super Gash Bros with this Udinese team. And again, I'm quite interested with the experiment. You know, who's going to grow quicker? You know, one out on loan in the second tier of Germany, or one thrown into the deep end in the Serie A in Italy. You know, arguably, with them both having basically the same potential, you go with the latter, but I guess in Karimo, you never know. Pafundi, this has got to be it. Samardzic, surely! Yes! Udinese in front again. If we want to be a top 7 team, these games have got to be wins. 53 minutes in, Samardzic with the opener. Pongraāić, yes, well in. And 2 debutants out there tonight have been really good. It was an assist for Pafundi for the goal, I believe, wasn't it? And Pongraāić in the back line looking strong. And, sorry, 3 debutants with Gashi in the back as well. He's made a couple of saves too. I'm not calling Pafundi a debutant either. He's already played a few games for Udinese, so he's not a debutant. But here's Brenner to Eborsele, and this should be 2. This should be 2. It's Simon Pafundi. It's a second debut, I guess, if not a full debut. Returning from Switzerland, not Freiburg. That never happened. Simone with the goal. It's 2. We're a young and developing team with big ambitions, and whilst we weren't previously targeting a top 7 finish, the board is showing a lot of faith in us. And to be fair, the youngsters certainly repaid it on match day 1. A big victory against Bologna at the Blue Energy Stadium, which will need to be a fortress if we are to qualify for Europe. Job done. Now let's see if we can continue it. But that will do it for today's episode of the Serie A Karimo, guys. So big thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed. If you have, then please do drop a like. What's up to you all? Have a fantastic day. I'll return in the next one with the final week of the summer window, where with basically no money, we might be done for transfers. So you never know. Might still make a signing or possibly a sale. We'll have our first scouting updates to the new season as well, and more big games in the Serie A, aiming to build on our perfect performance on match day 1 and get off to a really good start in our second year in Udine. Have a great day. Much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.